Alright, in the last part, we got the drawdown point to it of this medieval dagger. This time we're going to work on making the tang. We got to get the profile done first. It's lost a little bit too much temperature to work right now, so I'm going to throw it back in the forge. If I throw it right in here, and I'm just going to take it on the edge of the anvil, and I'm getting where I want to mark where the tang is. To get a good tang for a dagger, it doesn't have to be real thick, probably an inch and a half, not an inch and a half, excuse me, half an inch. And we're just going to draw it down into a little bit of a tang. And if you don't get enough metal, something like a dagger like this, you can weld on a little tang just to finish off the pommel, or I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'm going to continue to work on drawing this down into, like I said, a half inch. Yes, half inch, there we go. My brain doesn't work well. There. You want to work where your shoulders are, and you're going to pound downwards towards the end of your pommel, because that squeezes the metal down. Slag is hot. Like I did on the tip, it's going to get fatter. So every couple of heats, every time you draw it down every once in a while, make sure it's the same thickness. It saves you a lot of filing. Alright, back to the forge. This is going to take quite a few heats, but like I said, no power tools, so you got to do it the hard way. And when you're pounded down to try to keep the same thickness, same thing, just start it where your shoulder's going to be, pound towards the tip, because you want to just squeeze that metal downwards. Alright, when you're doing this, you got to do both sides, because if you don't, what will happen, well, your shoulder and your tang will end up on one side of the metal. With this kind of dagger, it's got to be symmetrical. Keep your tang straight. If it starts to curve, just lift it up off the anvil a little bit, put this point down, and just hit where you kind of want it to straighten out. Make sure it's hot. This is too cool, because if you do it when it's this cool, it might crack. Alright, so it's a little bit more forged down here than up here, so you're going to work this side to try to forge it down and back. And you want to check for straightness every once in a while. It's got a little bit of a bend, but I'll fix it next heat. Filming and then hit the button. Ready? Thought I'd throw a little slow-mo in for you. Try to show you how the metal moves under the hammer. It's not quite 100% even, so just sit there and keep working it back and forth. Back to this side. I always put the tongs on the bottom so I can put the most amount of leverage. So I do not want that flying out and hitting me in my beautiful face. Now you understand why power hammers are so loved. It just saves you so much time. And they can hit so much harder and so much faster than any human can. I don't care. It's like those dudes who say, oh, I can shift faster than those racing car transmissions with my manual. No, it doesn't work that way. Bent just a little bit this way, so I'm gonna have to force it back like that. Looks like my blade's getting a little bit bent too, so just I'll have to fix that a little bit later. Alright, this is my last heat that I'm gonna put on camera until towards the end, so I can actually focus on forging instead of trying to talk and teach, so I can get this forged out so you're not sitting here watching me gab on about who knows what, and just get this done. So, just sit there, keep pounding away. Lift it up because it's a little bit out of straight. Just tap it down. See, it's getting pretty straight. Alright, so we got it mostly to shape. About the right thickness. But it's a little bit too fat. It's fatter than the right here, which is called, I think it's called the ricasso. You gotta have that the same thickness or you put your guard on and then it's gonna be all loose and wobble. So you really gotta make sure that that is as fat, or if not, just a little bit thinner, not much, because that's where your knife is going to break, if it's going to break. Probably the tang. And you can tell there's a little bit of a V, and that's where the steel is higher. You're not pounding where this flat piece is. So you just got to sit there and make sure, and once you see your hammer blows, fill that in. You know you're pretty close to being the same thickness. Make sure that's straight. Now back to the forge. Just keep working that down. Make sure it's flat. 10 minutes at the forge is probably about an hour with the file. So the more you do here, the less you have to do with the file, and your elbow will thank you. That's pretty good. The rest we can get with a file. Little touch-up work I don't care about, but when it's heavy stock removal, I can't be bothered. I'm lazy. So we got the main profiles completely done. Next part, which I'll have up in a couple days, part 3 of how to make a knife without any power tools. We're going to start the bevels. Please like, favorite, subscribe, share with friends. To help me help you. The more you share, the more I want to make more videos to help you guys out. Peace.